I'm Jay from the Kubz Scouts. Welcome to a video called Allergic to Sweat, My Horrible Life. Now, I was actually gonna go and play a game. I was actually searching because you know how I'm trying to upload every single day of December. I was about to try to find a game to play, and then I saw this in my recommended, and I was like, allergic to sweat? I'm sweating right now. Like, if I was allergic to sweat, I'd be dead yesterday. We're about to react to this video of this person being allergic to their own sweat right now. If you guys cool with that and you're down with that, everybody get ready and buckle up, because here we go!
I had a huge crush on my best friend Brian for years.
Okay.
That's why I desperately wanted to be his girlfriend. But there was one problem, and that was Sarah. She was an absolute hoe.
She has blonde hair, blue eyes, tatas, and a kinky smile. Yeah, she's a hoe.
And always wore crop tops and miniskirts to school. When Brian and I had a private conversation, she would often come over to us, stick her breasts out, and talk like a dumb little girl. "Brian, I forgot my lunch money. Can I borrow some of yours?" Well, Brian is a nice guy, so he gave her $2.
Brian is a nice guy, so he gave her $2. No, Brian is a cheapskate.
But then she hugged him right in front of me, pressing her breast against his body.
Alrighty then.
Of course, I wanted to strangle her. Everyone knew that Brian and I were almost in a relationship, so she was openly trying to steal him away from me. The next day, I was on my way home from school when my skin started to prickle. I looked at my arm and noticed that it was completely red.
Oh, it looks like AIDS.
I got so scared that I took a rest, but the prickling slowly turned into such an intense
Actually, I don't even know what
pain
AIDS looks like,
that I
but
ended
that
up
looks like it
screaming
could be
and jumping
AIDS.
like someone had set me on fire. Luckily, a policeman saw me and decided to take me to the hospital. I remember lying on the bed and peeling off the first layer of my skin.
That is actually really disgusting.
It was so disgusting. But then the doctor told me, "I'm sorry to inform you that your skin has developed an extreme form of aquagenic urticaria."
What? Aquagenic urticaria, also called, what did I pause the video?
Also called water allergy.
Wow.
Even small bits of water
That sucks.
will
Big
cause
fat
an
wang.
extreme allergic reaction to your skin. That's why your sweat almost killed you today. From now on, you can't shower or sweat anymore.
Wait, so she can't get healthy because when you sweat, you release those feel-good chemicals in your body called endorphins, and you also can't shower, so you're gonna smell like anal jugs the whole time.
Gosh, it felt like a death sentence. But the worst part was that I couldn't go to school anymore to defend Brian from the hoe, Sarah. I knew I had to act fast.
That's the most important thing,
So
guys, the hoe
I waited
Sarah.
until my skin had recovered, and then I immediately invited Brian over to my house while my parents weren't home. When I opened the door for him, he was shocked to see how I was dressed. I was wearing nothing but a short bikini. And when we went to my room,
Damn, girl.
I picked up a sock from the ground to show Brian my butt. But then came the hard part. I told him about my water
all dogs
allergy
out here.
and how I couldn't clean myself with water anymore, and instead had to use powder. He didn't believe me at first.
He's probably scratching his chin like, so if I eat that ass out, it's not gonna smell fresh, it's gonna smell like tacos El Gordo.
He didn't believe me at first. So I put a drop of water right on my breast.
Why would you
It
do
slowly
that?
ran down into the bikini.
Why would you do
and
that?
Within 2 minutes, a rash had formed.
She's taking the pain
I
just
asked
for
him
this
if he still
fuckboy.
liked me despite my condition, and he said, "Of course I do." Well, that's what I wanted to hear. So I pushed him on my bed and sat on top of him.
Bro, what kind of
I
video
asked,
is this?
"Did you ever kiss a girl?"
Is this rated E
And
for
he
everyone?
responded, "Of
Or
course."
E for erotic, you know
I
what I'm
said,
saying?
"Well, I've never kissed a boy before." He didn't respond. I guess he was too nervous? So I took the next step and went down to kiss him.
Wait, you know what? I think I know what's gonna happen. So he's probably gonna sweat because, you know, that's what people do when they get hot and heavy. They sweat a little bit, their bodies touch, and they just mix all the chemicals. She's probably gonna break out in the nastiest rash that she's ever had. Watch.
I can't tell you what happened next.
Ah,
I made
yeah,
sure
you
you
can't
had a
tell
good
us. Our
time.
virgin eyes.
When our date was over, I gave him one last hug and said, "Wow, you are absolutely amazing. You can always come by at night when my parents are asleep." You see, I was willing to do anything to make him my boyfriend. Did I feel like a hoe? Yes, a little bit.
Did I feel like a
my
hoe?
plan
Yeah,
had
I felt like a
failed,
big hoe. What
because
you
when
gonna
I
do
checked
about it?
Sarah's Instagram the next week, I saw that she had posted a photo of herself eating ice cream with Brian. Of course, I was furious, and I knew I had to act fast. So I invited Brian over to my house again. And this time, I made sure he had an even better time.
Ho!
I had bought myself a revealing bunny lingerie costume and we did all kinds of things together. At one
Jeez.
point, I sat on his lap and asked, "Are we in a relationship now?" He responded,
Hell
"I
no.
do like you a lot, but I'm not ready for something serious." Ouch. That was not what I had wanted to hear.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is cute and all. You know, I love how she's doing anything to, win this guy's heart. But what does this in the holy mother of Fook have to do with being allergic to sweat? I'm genuinely curious about your sweaty ass being allergic to your own freaking liquid. Now tell me what is the point of this?
I said, "Come on, please. You know I love you so much." And he responded, "Okay, I'll think about it."
Okay, baby.
However, the next
Let me
day,
see my other
Sarah
hoe.
came to my house. She smirked and said, "I saw what you did with Brian yesterday. In fact, I've recorded you two through the window on my smartphone.
That's
I
illegal.
wonder what your parents are gonna do if they find out that their daughter is a naughty
That's
little
big
girl."
illegal. That's illegal
Oh,
to the
damn it.
illegal.
I knew my parents were gonna kill me. Sarah continued, "I want you to break off all contact with Brian, or I will show your parents the video."
Okay, I just gotta say right now, Sarah is not even a hoe. Sarah's a bitch.
I had to hold back my tears and only said, "Okay, he's yours." Honestly, I had no choice. My parents were so strict that if they saw me naked doing dirty things with Brian, I'm sure they'd kick me out on the streets. So I wrote Brian one
Yeah,
last
maybe.
message saying, "Hey, this between us won't work out. I want to move on." When Brian responded, "Oh, okay," with a sad smiley, I started crying uncontrollably, even though my tears caused rashes all the way down my face. I really thought my life was over. But then Brian knocked on my window.
Stalker.
Gosh, this was so romantic. And when I opened it, he was looking as handsome as always. He said, "Hey, it's okay if you don't want to see me again, but I need to know why." I couldn't hold back anymore and said, "Of course I still want to see you. I love you more than anything else."
Okay, you know what? My thing is, if you really like this guy and he likes you, like you get the vibe that he likes you, why don't you just be like, "Dude, this girl recorded us doing the hanky-panky, the stanky-manky, and we gotta get this host phone right now, and we gotta delete that. Are you with me or are you not with me? If you're down, then you is my man. If you're not, then get the hell out of here."
Brian asked, "So why did you send me that text?" That's when I told him how the hoe, Sarah, had filmed us
There
last
you
night.
go.
And that she
That's
was
what I
extorting
like to
me with
hear.
the video.
Good thinking.
Brian said, "Yeah, that sounds just like her. But I'm gonna move into my own apartment next week. If you want, you can move in with me.
Sweet.
Then you're far away from your parents." I said, "You want me to live with you?" And he responded, "Yes, I would love to do that.
But they're not even
But
dating,
there is
though.
one condition.
This is moving
I
too
will
fast.
continue to see other girls, because I'm not ready to be in an exclusive relationship with you for the rest of my life. And I will also continue to see Sarah.
Damn!
Of course, I would have preferred to have Brian all for myself, but I loved him so much that I was willing to compromise. 1 week later,
Okay.
I moved in
Wow,
with him.
she's really understanding.
But just the next day, Sarah came by. She was dressed as always, wearing a super short dress, looking like a hoe. She said to me,
Looking
"Hey,
like a
sweetie."
big hoe.
And I
Looking
responded,
like a ho-ho.
"Oh, you must be tonight's guest." We all sat down on the couch, with Brian in the middle between us. We were watching a movie, but I couldn't enjoy it. The hoe was constantly cuddling herself against Brian.
All right, I just gotta say one thing right now. Brian, come here. Come closer. This man swear he got it like that.
20 minutes into the movie, she even sat down on his lap and made out with him. If that wasn't bad enough, Brian took my hand and put it on her leg while kissing her. And that's just how the night started. The next morning, the hoe was gone. But I got an SMS from my dad, which said, "We found a USB stick with a video of you and some guy. You have sinned and need to come back
You
home
sinned?
now."
What is he, a
But I didn't
priest? Is
care
he
what
gonna
my
pour
parents
holy
thought
water
of
on you
me.
and cause you
I
to
had
have the
Brian, and
rashes?
he was all I needed. Life was good. Well, at least until he told me that Sarah was going to move in with us for 2 weeks because her parents had kicked her out.
Brian's giving me a headache,
I said,
man. I'm about to whoop his
"Okay,
ass.
but if she stays for more than 2 weeks, I'm going to move out again." The first night sleeping in the same bed as Sarah was terrible. She complained, "Why is the air conditioner so strong? I'm freezing in here." Then Brian explained to her that I was allergic to my own sweat, so we needed to keep it cool. Of course, she started
Aw,
giggling and
Eva.
said, "Really?
She's so goddamn-
So how
Ew!
do you take a shower?" I said, I don't take showers. I clean myself with powder. That's when she bursted out laughing and said, oh, that's why you smell so bad.
Ugh.
Gosh, I hated her.
I was thinking that she
And the
stunk
next
too.
morning she woke me up screaming, oh no, she peed herself. I looked down and indeed, my pants were wet.
What?
Sarah must have spilled a glass of water over me.
Bro, she
I
is
immediately
so
rubbed it
nasty
dry
and
with the
freaky.
bedsheet.
Ugh.
But it was too late. Both my legs were completely covered in rashes and I cried out of pain. Once I felt better, I confronted Sarah. But she denied everything and said, you know me, I would never do that to you. I realized I couldn't let her get away with this. So I decided to secretly film her and Brian loving each other.
Loving each
I thought
other.
I could extort
Yeah, that's
her,
family
just like
friendly.
she had
They
extorted
were
me.
loving each other a long
But when I
time.
showed her the video, she only responded, wow, I look great. I'm sure my daddy would be proud of me.
Ew!
Wow.
What
she
is this, Alabama?
was such a hoe that she didn't care about her reputation at all. So I knew I had to do something even more extreme to get revenge on her. But it was too late and she beat me to the punch. She made Brian and I sit down on the couch and said, I have some wonderful news to share with you. Oh gosh. I knew this
She's
meant
pregnant.
trouble, but I still wasn't prepared for what happened next.
Oh, I
She pulled out
knew
a
it!
pregnancy test
knew
and
it.
screamed, I'm pregnant!
Called it.
I'm pregnant! My heart dropped.
I don't know why I'm
because
acting
I
like I'm
knew
so
it was
proud.
over
Like,
between
I don't win
Brian
an
and
award
me.
for this.
There was no way I'd help him raise Sarah's child. He freaked out too, screaming, you camel, you got pregnant on purpose.
Wait, you know what? What's the deal with Brian anyway? Does he have a good personality? Is he that gorgeous? Does he have a floor-touching schlong? If he has none of the above, why is this allergic to sweat girl even staying with this guy? This man got mustard yellow hair, mustard yellow ass. I don't even know what the appeal is with this guy. Just go! There's so many guys out there, I promise you!
But I had enough of this insanity. I said, congratulations, Sarah. He's yours. And then I took my stuff and left. Going back home wasn't easy, though. My dad was still furious about the video of me and Brian. He shamed me for hours, saying
Yeah,
a
I mean, like, if your
promiscuous girl
dad
like
saw
me would
his
never find a
daughter
husband.
doing all that, ugh.
He said
Oh.
guys would just pass me around. Of course, I felt ashamed of myself, but I responded, Dad, I made a mistake. I get it. But I'm also 18 years old and not a child anymore.
You're only 18?
Then he opened his laptop and started playing Sarah's video of me and Brian doing dirty things.
Why
I
would you do
quickly
that,
had
Dad?
enough, closed the laptop
Dad,
and
we need
said,
to talk
if you don't want
about
to support
proper
me,
dadding.
fine, I'm gonna leave again. I actually didn't mean it. But my dad responded, fine, go leave us and meet some guy. That's what you're best at. Wow. I left the house and sat down on the stairs for a moment. What was I supposed to do now? I had no idea. But when I checked my smartphone, I saw a message from Brian. It said, she is not pregnant. Sarah was only faking it. I just kicked her out, and I want you to come back. I love you, and I promise not to see any other girls anymore.
Wow. And then the video just ends. Okay, so this person was allergic to their own sweat, but I feel like we just got some insight into the weirdest and most awkward love triangle known to man. And the only thing that I wish could have happened in this video is her dealing with the sweat stuff. Like, maybe she got really stinky one day and couldn't do anything about it. But instead, we got this corny ass story about some love. All right, that last video kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, so we're gonna check out one more video from this channel called Share My Story. This one says, Dad says my girlfriend is too ugly and ooh, Dad, come on, man, calm down with the roasting.
Hey, I'm Robert, and I've always been very good looking.
Oh, wow,
I'm
you're
not saying
conceited.
that to brag. It's just that every single girl in my high school wanted to date me.
Right, and I bet you're like 10 inches big, you have a Ferrari, and you loan your friends like millions of dollars at a time. You're the perfect guy, Robert.
I was young, and of course, I chose the hottest girl. Her name was Rebecca, and all I had to do was say hi to her. She
Right.
immediately responded, "Oh my God, hey Robert." And a few hours later, I made out with her.
Oh, yeah, I
Afterward,
bet you
we
did.
dated for 2 weeks. But I didn't actually like Rebecca. All she did was gossip and trash talk her own friends. At one point, I had enough and broke up with her. I could have found another gorgeous girl, but I liked Elsa the most. She was my
Elsa.
chemistry partner, and I simply enjoyed talking and hanging out with her. Was she pretty? Well, most people would have said no,
So what, she looks like dog shit?
but I really didn't care. All I knew was that I wanted to spend more time with her. That's why I asked her out. I said, "Hey, do you want to go on a date with me this weekend?" She seemed very surprised and said, You want to date me?
Aw.
I nodded my head and said, of course. Our first date was great. We went on a Ferris wheel and held hands. It sounds stupid, but it felt right. But then the news spread at our school. A lot of people asked me, why are you dating Elsa? Do you really think she's pretty? Of course,
Why does that
I
even
hated
matter?
those questions because they made it
You
sound
like
like I
someone,
was
you like
somehow
someone.
out
You
of
can't
her
help who
league.
you love.
But I never thought that way. I just knew that Elsa was the right girl for me, and for the first time in my life, I was in love. But then I introduced her to my dad and said, Dad, this is Elsa. We have been dating for a few months now, and I wanted to introduce her to you. But instead of welcoming Elsa, my dad pointed at her and said,
Damn, you ugly as hell.
I don't like you. We were both shocked.
I like my words
But Elsa
better.
was a brave girl and asked my dad, Sir, can I ask why you don't like me? And my dad responded, I'm sure you are a nice girl, but my son is a 10, and you are a 4 at best.
Oh.
I saw that Elsa was holding back tears, and I got so angry that I
that's
screamed
gross.
at my dad. You
Who
monster!
talks like that?
Then I took Elsa to my room and tried to
Ugh.
comfort her. I said, my dad's opinion doesn't matter. But then she asked me, do you think I'm pretty? And I responded, I don't think it matters whether you are pretty or not.
That is a horrible answer. Just be like, yeah, babe, I love you so much. You are me gusta mucho. But no, this bro like dodged the question. He just sidestepped that question. This guy's an a-hole.
But Elsa couldn't handle my answer. She started crying and said, so it's true what the other kids in our school say. They all think I don't deserve you. She was crying, but I responded, look, you are not the prettiest girl in the world. You either accept that or not. But I love
I'm
you
cringing
just the way
inside
you
my
are,
own body.
and there is nothing I enjoy
Ugh.
more than spending time with you. Isn't that enough? Finally, Elsa said, yes, I can live with that. I thought we had solved this problem. But the next day, my mean dad took my phone and wrote Elsa a message saying,
Oh my god,
I'm
what a
sorry,
dick.
you really, really aren't pretty enough
What
for
a
me.
hairy dick.
That's why I have to break up with you. When I had my phone back, I saw my dad's text and Elsa's reply. It was a single sad smiley. I immediately went over to her place.
Wait, isn't that an oxymoron? Sad smiley? Because it's a sad face. It's not a sad smiley. It's a sad face, ass boy.
I immediately went over to her place and explained what my stupid dad had done. She said it was fine, but I could see in her eyes how much my dad had hurt her.
Aww.
Our next
That
date,
is so
it wasn't
sad.
good either. Whenever a good-looking girl was close to us, Elsa said, if you want, you can talk to her.
Oh, this girl has like no self-esteem, no self-confidence. That's horrible. Oh, you gotta love yourself no matter what you look like, no matter if you have any insecurities about yourself. I know it takes time, but you gotta be with people that
I
accept
always
you for who you are.
responded, I don't
I
want to
feel
talk
that.
to other girls. But Elsa's insecurities only grew worse, and I missed the careless and fun times we had before.
Well, blame your
I
damn
hoped
dad.
she would become her old self again. But then my dad took it to the next level. He said to me, either you're going to break up with Elsa, or I'm going to throw you out of my house when you turn 18.
Why does this even matter
well,
to the dad?
my 18th birthday was only 1 month away, so those weren't good news. I
Why is
asked
he
him if
so
there was some
invested
other
in
way.
this?
I said, what if I instead study even harder for school? But my dad wasn't willing to make any compromises. You probably expect some kind of happy ending, and that I married Elsa despite my dad. But that wasn't the case.
I don't know what to
I was
expect.
only 18, and I really didn't want to be kicked out of my dad's home. Also, Elsa and I were just teenagers. What were the odds of us two staying together for the rest of our lives?
That's facts.
They were pretty low. And that's why I told Elsa I wanted to break up with her. Of course, she said, oh, it's because I'm too ugly. And she was crying again. But this time, I was so annoyed
Oh,
at
that
her
face.
that I
That
only
face ain't
said,
ugly. I'd kiss that
no,
face.
it's because you are immature and insecure. Unfortunately, our breakup led to her having a small mental breakdown.
Oh.
She didn't come to school for 2 weeks, and then a month later, she sent me a picture with her and some random good-looking guy making
Yum.
out.
That's
It
always
looked
nice.
gross, and she wrote, I just wanted to let you know. Wow, I really hope she will fix her problems, because right now, she is behaving like a maniac.
Are you kidding me? Okay, so that was the end of the video, but you know why she was acting like a maniac, right? It's because your insecure-ass douchebag of a dad was making her feel like the ugliest person in the world. Every time she was with you, she was made to feel like she wasn't good enough for you. And instead of trying to make her feel comfortable with herself, you kind of just dodged the question, which made her even more insecure. And you just broke this poor girl down all the way. And you broke up with her. And you called her a maniac, and I hate the fact that you and I have the same first name. Alright guys, but that's gonna do it for those two videos that I just basically randomly found online. I saw the allergic to sweat one, and I was like, I wanna react to that. I wanna see what that's all about. It wasn't as interesting as I thought, so we decided to watch one more. The dad was obviously a supreme douche lord, and even the son was a big douche too. I mean, like father like son, right? But we're gonna end this video here. If you guys want me to react to any more videos from this channel, or you guys want me to do more reaction videos in general, make sure you guys give this video one big fat like, and tell a friend today that Jay from the Kubz Scouts is dead too!